Goeiemorgen, goeiemiddag, goeienaand. Whether it is morning, afternoon, or evening where you are, it's always a good time to come and plan with me my Garden Day SA party. My name is Shanae, and in this video, we are going to look at the entertainment and the games that I have planned. So as always, this video is structured below. So the first part is going to be all about the games that we are going to be playing, but we're also going to look at some plants. So if you came to this channel looking for beautiful plants, check out the section where we look at beautiful plants. So if you are a little bit confused and you haven't watched the previous video, I would encourage you to do that. I speak all about what Garden Day is all about, and I also share with you what my table setting for my brunch party is going to be. Quickly speaking about GardendaySA, if there's two advantages that I've seen from my party last year is a lot of times you do get questions from your family and friends about why are you buying so many plants? Why do you have so many plants in your house? Do you get time to look after these plants? Why does this plant make you so happy? Etc, etc, etc. As with people who are not a hobby, they will not understand. And GardendaySA kind of gives us an opportunity to answer some of those questions for our family and friends. You get to have more conversations around why it is that you are in this hobby and what brings you so much joy and fulfillment in your life, and why it is important to spend such a lot of time in this hobby. The second thing that I really enjoyed post my party is that my family and friends actually knew some of the names of the plants. And my mother, my sister, they know what a Queen Anthurium now looks like. When I show them the beach eye, they know exactly that that is the king. So I can have much better conversations around my plant hobby and the actual plants that I have. The third advantage that I've also experienced is teaching the kids from young that you have to work for something to grow. A couple of weeks after last year's party, my niece, who is now 9 years old, actually got some grape seeds out of her grape, and she went over and planted in the garden. And she asked my parents to water her seeds, and seeing how I harvest berries, she actually expected work to be done so that the seeds can actually grow up to be big plants in the future. So if you're in South Africa and you need some more motivation or more information about GardendaySA, they have great information on their social media pages, both on Instagram as well as Facebook. And the website is also a great source of information. Let me show you what I planned for my my guests. Let the games begin. So no games afternoon is complete without having some snacks. So over here I did prepare a board with some cheeses, some ham, fruits, some vegetables, some sweets, some chocolates for my guests to enjoy while we have some fun. I've checked that most of these products are local to South Africa, so if you are planning a trip to South Africa and you want to have some nice snacks, here is the things that you would probably want to look for. So now that our snacks is sorted, let's go ahead and look at the games that I have prepared. We haven't even started the games and half the board is already done. But let me show you the 3 paper-based games that I've designed for our guests. So these ones are made in a notebook type of style. So you actually just tear out one of the pages and you hand it to individual guests. There's a spot that they can put their names so that you can keep track of whose paper is whose. So I'm going to go through them individually. This specific one is called Find the 8 Differences Between the 2 Pictures. So if you look at the actual game, there is 2 pictures that I have created and there is 8 differences between the pictures. So the participant would just circle the 8 differences. The one that's the quickest then gets the points. The next one is Match the Anthurium. And on both sides, there is plants. Of course, they are Anthurium because that's the theme of the party. And I want my family and friends to know the names of the plants that I have in my collection. So there's about 6 plants and the name of the plants is in the middle. So you kind of just draw lines to match the name to the specific plants on either side. The next one is a word search, and here I have 9 names of Anthurium. I have the Carinavium, Crystallinum, Pagayii, Luxuriance, Magnificum, Papillolaminum, Regale Vicii, and Warwickbeanum. And you kind of have to find the word in the little block. So those are the 3 paper-based games that I've designed. With all 3 of these, I have designed a front page as well as the back, and on the back it has the solution of the games. So I think those are games that would be quite quick, and it is kid friendly as well. I think the kids would also be able to get through those games along with the adults as well. So really a fun game. So of course, for those, like I've told you, there are the Anthuriums that I have in the house. The goals for these games is for my guests, my family and friends, to learn some more names of the plants that I have. Again, so that we can have some good conversations in the future. The next game that we are going to play is a game that I call Find the Match. So in this little coin purse that I've made, I just took some acrylic circles, and on the one side I made it a plain green, and on the other side there is a picture of an Anthurium. The way this game works is you put all of the coins on the table with the green side on top. You will then shuffle them so that they are completely mixed. You take turns to turn around and see if you can find the 2 matches. If you don't find it, you close it, and the next person gets the opportunity to then turn around another 2 to see if they can find the match. There is 8 of these matches, so the one that has the most matches, of course, wins the game. With this game, I think I would have to play in groups. So maybe there'll be 2 people who does matches, and the winner will then take on the winner of a different 2 people that played, until we ultimately have a winner. For those of you who live in Cape Town, you know that Inman City has a games area. Actually, I don't know if they still have it. They used to have an arcade, and one of the arcade games was something similar to this. I used to go as a kid. There is the one game that you couldn't get me away from. I would spend all my coins on just that one game. Absolutely love it. So I'm super happy that I can recreate a good childhood memory and also share it with my nieces and nephews now. And also, side note, this is the first time that I see a white strawberry, and it's actually quite nice. I really like her. Well done, Woolworths, for locally farming this one, right? So as you can see, I've gathered some of my favorite plants over here, and the next game they are going to be featured in. So let me quickly share with you what plants we have here. So on the far left, the nice beautiful new leaf, we have the BCA F. Next to that, we have the Anthurium regale. The small one next to that, we have an Anthurium bivep, which is now called Anthurium entellacii. And next to him, or behind him, we have the Anthurium moodianum, so beautiful dark brown type of leaf. And then last but not least, we have the Anthurium red spider. So as all plant parents, I do spend a lot of time with my plants, and I want to make it fun. So I've created these plant tags that I put in each one of them, and it's kind of a funny saying about that specific plant. So I'm going to read the plant tags that I made for all of these, and you'll quickly see why I've made it. So the plant that's furthest away from me, that is called BCA F. And the F is a abbreviation for the word Ephinus. And that is a Latin word, and it basically means something that is related to or connected to something similar. So this species of plant is not yet named at all. It looks similar to a plant named BCA, and that's why they named it BCA F. So it looks similar to the BCA. So the tag that I made for that one is look-alike, but better looking. So if you guys have seen pictures of the actual BCA, doesn't look that great. And the BCA F though, all of them, they come in various forms and they are all absolutely beautiful. It's one of my favorite species to collect. I have 3 at the moment and all of them look totally different. So that's the tag for the BCA F. So for the regale, so based on the name and the definition of regal, I went with fit for royalty with a little crown on it. The Anthurium is one of the plants that has been on my 2025 wish list. So I've made it very simple, 2025 wish list plant. And then we have the Moodianum. So I kind of just used the play on words to simply just say, I'm not moody today. And then last but not least, the Anthurium red spider. I've just went for a picture of a spider web as well as a scary beautiful. So I am scared of spiders, so I use the scary part, but I think this plant is absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at this new leaf. It is such a beautiful color, and then it hardens off to a nice green and a red sinus over there. So absolutely beautiful. So the next game that we are going to play is called My Planty Best Friend. And this one we are going to play in teams of 2 people. So the guests need to choose a partner to play this game with that kind of can read each other's minds. So, you know, like besties, you kind of just give them that look and they know exactly what you're thinking, exactly what you're saying without using words. That's the aim of this game. So what we are going to do is I'm going to give the tags to one of the partners. They're going to look at the tag, not necessarily the name, the tag where it has fit for royalty or scary beautiful, and then they are going to put it in one of these 5 plants. The partner is not going to be in the room when the first person does that. Once the first person has placed the tags on all of the plants, they're then going to leave the room and the other partner is going to come in. I'm going to remove the tags before the person comes in, and they would then have to place the tags where they think it best match these specific plants. So we're kind of testing how intuitive the 2 are. If both of them put the same tag in the same plant, they then score a point. So in this game, we can get a maximum of 5 points. So that is going to be that for this particular game. The next game, we are still going to use these 5 plants, and this one is going to be match the name. So on the other side, like I mentioned to you, I do have the name of the plant. So in this case, Anthurium. So you would expect it to go with that first plant. Everybody is going to have an opportunity to match these tag names with these plants. So I'm going to have people come in one by one, and they are going to then place their tags in plants. This is an individual game, so the individual can also win. So the only other entertainment that I've kind of thought about is having a plant corner where I would also have some props where people can take pictures with the plants and with the props. So think about those glasses that has some plants on it or plant sayings that you can take nice pictures with. So I haven't really thought through that idea, but in the next couple of weeks leading up to GardendaySA, I will be prepared for that game. The very last thing on the entertainment is where I'm going to play people some songs on the piano that talks about green grass, plants, anything plant related, any song that has plant in it. That is probably songs that I'm going to learn within the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to play it for them. So that is it. I hope that you enjoyed looking at what games and entertainment I'm planning for my guests for this GardendaySA party. And I also hope that if you are planning your party, that you manage to get some good ideas from this video as well. So next week is going to be the last week of this 3-part series, and that is going to be all about what party favors I'm going to give my guests as they leave my wonderful party with a whole lot of new knowledge on my plants as well as some new plant names that they didn't know. So with that said, have a lekker rest of your day, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.